Hi everybody, it's Kelly. Today is Friday. Yay! I'm so happy it's Friday, even though my husband probably has to work tomorrow. But it's Friday, and I know that he'll be off on Sunday. So today I have a Tarte review. Let's see. I have the Tarte High Performance Naturals Clean Slate Poreless 12-hour perfecting primer. And then I have the Fair Tarte High Performance Naturals Found Sealer 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, broad spectrum, SPF 15 sunscreen. So these two I'm going to review today. I also got a little Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in Fearless that I wanted to try. I think that's so pretty. So I'm going to try that, see how that looks on me. And I have these two new Tarte brushes. This one is more like a contouring brush, I would think, or you could even do it as a foundation brush, but as you know, I don't really care to use brushes for foundation, but you could use it for that. And this one I'm going to use as a blush and a highlighter. This is angled too. So let's get started. I'm not going to do my whole face. I'm going to do something like I did yesterday and just do basically just the face, because we're more or less, you know, focusing on what this Found Sealer and Primer are going to do for me. So let's get going. I am going to open up my 12-hour perfecting primer. Ooh, and it's so pretty. Look at the packaging. I love the leaves and stuff. I love Tarte. I just love them. Okay, so it says pore refining, waterproof. Hey, that's good for me. I sweat a lot. And line filling. So that's what it's supposed to do for you. So let's see what this feels like. Okay, it comes out clear, like a thick silicone, well, wait, yeah, like a thick silicone-y primer would. So this is a thick one. The Mally I used yesterday was very thin. I think it would be great for all of you out there that have, you know, not a lot of skin flaws like big pores or fine lines. Actually, that, I have to say, and I should have done a follow-up last night, but I just didn't have much time. But I will do a follow-up on this later today after I've been in 98-degree weather outside, because I have grocery shopping to do. So I will do a follow-up on this, but the Mally, the video that I did yesterday, stayed on very well. When I put it on with the Kabuki brush, I don't know, at the beginning of this week, in that video, it started splotching all over and kind of coming off my face and streaking, and it didn't yesterday when I used the Beauty Blender. So the primer did what it said it was going to do. Even though it was really thin and very, very creamy, it still held in all my fine lines and my pores. So that was, my face still looked flawless by the end of the day. So this is the Tarte Colored Clay, and again it's in Fair, and I'm going to use my cleaned Beauty Blender. Let's see if this needs to be, yeah, shook up a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to put it on my sponge, and it has a consistency of very thick foundation. Clay, it's colored clay, so let's see what we can do with this. First time I'm using it, so you and I are going to do this together. This is new out, this foundation, and I also have the Found, what is it called? I'm going to do a review on it. It's the Maracuja Miracle Found Sealer. That comes in a like a bottle, a glass bottle, and it is a tube that you squeeze the formula onto the brush. So that should be interesting tomorrow to watch that and see how that works. You know me and foundations. I love them so much. If I have the right one, it's worth it. So there's that side, and I haven't done this side. That side. This side. Okay? So I'm going to need more. So I'm going to take a couple more drops. Actually, it's not drops, it's thick, so there's no way you're going to get drops out of this. And I am rather putting it on thick because I have a lot to cover. Boy, Tarte sure has been coming out with a lot of new stuff lately in foundations. They have a new, well, new to me, mascara, which I'm going to show you in another video. So that covered that's how it covered. You can still see a little bit of my pigment in here. But if you want to go over it again, let's just put a tiny bit more and see if it'll turn cakey or if it'll cover okay. Okay. So it's buildable coverage. You can build this up and it will not look cakey at all. Just blend it down my neck. Excuse me. Sorry everybody, my phone was charging in the bathroom and I wanted to make sure it wasn't my son. I think he's having mom withdrawal. So he called me this morning and he said, "How are you doing, Mom?" And I said, "I'm good, honey. Is there something wrong?" And he said, "No, I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing and what you were doing." So he came home last night and he has goggles to keep the dirt out because he's around earth movers, and he had dirt all over his face. One thing you need to know about my son is ever since he was little, he will not get his hands dirty. If we had fried chicken, he would get a paper towel and hold the chicken because he did not want anything on his hands. And if something did get on his hands, he would go wash them, and he'd be in there forever washing his hands. So yesterday when he started, my husband called me because he's working there too, and well, he's in a different. My husband's past Sacramento. He's on a job site. He's like a job mechanic right now for a month. But his boss called him and said, "Oh, Matt's doing really good, you know, but he's got these gloves on." He wore gloves all day. I guess he had these black rubber gloves on. Oh, my son, I tell you what, he makes me laugh so much. I miss him. I miss all my kids. My daughter was gone this morning. She worked. Matt's gone. My husband's gone. So it was just Haley, Gracie, and I. Just 3 little lone soldiers waiting for our troops to come home. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Tarte Princess palette. I'm sorry, Tarte Park Avenue Princess. And I'm going to use this little contouring brush. Let's see how this works. Wow. I think I put on a little too much. Okay, Kelly, get used to the brush. That packs on a lot more color than that It Cosmetics. Must sink in quite a bit. The big fan brush that I usually put my bronzer on with. Yeah, this is definitely a very dense brush. It doesn't give a lot of give, if you want to say. Whereas this one, the Bare Minerals, is not as dense and it's fluffy. So I am going to not use that dense brush to do the rest of my bronzing because it puts it on really dark. So that might not be, I may just go back to my It Cosmetics fan bronzer. And make myself look golden and tan when I'm not. It's good, ladies. We have all this stuff. Do you know that if I didn't dye my hair would be mostly white? Because my grandmother was white. She didn't gray. She got white, and I'm the same way. I'm going to be a... I am literally Snow White. I really am. I could play that part because I'm so fair. Okay, so now I'm going to, this is my, like, I am so excited about this. I am going to take this blush from Tarte, and it's called Fearless, and it's Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. So how do I open this? There we go. Oh gosh, they have a lot of blushes on the back. Uh-oh. I may be knowing what I'm going to be getting. Well, that's not good. Okay, so let's get this plastic off. And I'm going to dip this brush, this Tarte brush, and this is really dense too. Oh. Just gotta blend. So it's a beautiful color, and they give you quite the sample because I haven't even touched. I can get a couple uses definitely out of this. I'm not sure how this looks with my red hair. You know, I'm more of a peachy, natural type of blush girl, and not so much of a real pink. It's beautiful. It would look beautiful with people with blonde hair or brunette hair, but for red hair, you really have to kind of watch what you put on. Make sure that everything matches. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my highlighter in my Tarte palette. You should, if you want anything, you should really get this Tarte palette. I'm telling you, it is the best contouring, and I never thought I would say that, considering that my Bare Minerals was my favorite. I never thought I would change. I mean, I love the whole palette in Bare Minerals. It was just beautiful. Down my nose, put a little in my Cupid's bow. Just kind of, and this brush is really dense, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll be using that for my highlighter. I just, you know, some people like really dense brushes and some people like really flowing brushes, and I like flowing brushes. I'm just gonna try to get that blush just a little lighter and blend it in more. You know, I didn't put my under eye cream. I totally forgot. The Bye Bye Under Eye by It Cosmetics I put on yesterday. I had no wrinkles under my eyes all day. They were nice and firm, and I mean, you saw me. That's how I went out yesterday. I didn't put any more makeup on. My makeup looked so flawless yesterday, and my wrinkles, and I was just very, very happy with the Mally. I'm so happy that it worked out for me. Oh, my hair is... You know, I feel like cutting my hair, just cutting it off. It's just driving me crazy. So I'm not going to be able to use this today unless I do just a tiny bit under my eyes. I guess I can try. Let's see, but I'm going to have to use a brush for that because I am messy with my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Sigma Concealer F75, and I'm going to put just a tad. This stuff goes a long way. Come on now, my little tube of wonder. Okay, that might be too much, but we'll see. Yeah. It just, I mean, this stuff's amazing. It's just amazing what it does to my under eye fine lines. I don't have crow's feet, so those aren't a really big deal for me, you know, because I don't have them, but I do have a lot, and I think a lot of that is due to my psoriasis story that I told you, using a steroid. I think that it really, that skin is so thin under there that I think it messed my skin up. So let's see, what else do I have? I have, let's see, I think I do. I have a Tarte powder. I haven't gotten a Tarte powder. I have so much. I have a huge drawer of powders. You know, because what I do is I'm like, oh, you know, I really, really like this. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to use it. So I either have my full coverage airbrush foundation, which I can use. I've used as a powder many times before. And I also just have an a Tarte pressed powder, but I have no idea where that is. So we're just going to go ahead with this and see how this goes with that colored clay. And I've done a tutorial on this before. So there it is. It has a little sponge in it, so you don't get too much product on your brush. And as usual, I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques face brush, just a powder brush, and I'm going to just dip it in ever so lightly, just like a Bare Minerals. And I'm just going to see, a lot comes off. I'm just going to go over all my face, make it nice and matte the way I like it. And I love this brush. Real Techniques, they have some really good brushes out there. I was really excited to get those Tarte brushes, but they're so dense. So that looks actually very, very nice. So I'm going to show you. There are no pores on my face. The powder is settling into my fine lines under my eyes a little bit. You can see it, you know, just see them right there. My forehead looks really good. I think those two foundations really, really well together. So it's the Tarte Colored Clay And this is the Amazonian Clay Airbrush Foundation. They go well together. They're a good match. But you know what? You can use that powder foundation for over any type of foundation. It is a great powder. It works for it. I mean, every foundation that I've ever used, even my Estee Lauder that I used to use, I would put that powder over it, and it makes your face so matte and not shiny at all. So that is that. And let's see, I got to put on my Eyesy Browsies, because if I don't, I look funny. That's soft brown. We don't want to use that. Okay. So we're going to take the spoolie, just kind of brush and groom my eyebrows. Hopefully my eyebrows go on better than they did yesterday, because they were giving me a problem yesterday. The cost that we must make to look good for our men. Just to look good in general for our partners. I mean, it's true. I know that, you know, but I do have to say that my husband is worse than me, because I am ready before he is. And I always find I'm waiting on him and my son. The girls are waiting on the boys. It's always the way. And it's like, what do you guys do that takes you so long? You guys should be waiting on us, not the other way around. So when I have to be fast, I can be pretty fast. You're probably thinking, no, you can't. Your videos are so long. Okay, so we've got that on there. I'm going to brush that color out a little bit. Okay, and the O'Malley eyebrow, it's not for me. The Anastasia will hold my brows where they need to be all day long without making them look like pasted, you know, like they've been glued to sit that way. The O'Malley did not. It was like putting nothing over my eyebrows. They just, I could still move them around with my finger, so. And let's see, what else do I want to do? I'm not going to put any shadow on today, because I am going grocery shopping. My favorite thing in the whole wide world is to go grocery shopping. To get to go to the grocery store and spend a huge amount of money, because I have a family of 6 and my boys eat a lot. My husband's not a small guy, and he actually he doesn't eat as much as my son. My son is very, very tall, and I tell you what, that kid can eat and eat and eat, let me tell you. So I am going to go ahead with my, I'm just going to go ahead and put on just a tiny bit of, I'm going to use the Maybelline The Nudes. And I got this at Walmart for, I believe it was, you know what, hard to open, for $9.99, and it was like the last one. So I grabbed it. So I'm going to go ahead and just put on this cream color on my eyelid just to give it some type of color. It's quite frosty and glittery. I don't know if you can see that in the mirror, or I'm sorry, in the camera lens. And you need to get quite a bit on your brush to pack it on to make it look like you have something on your eyes. And then, so that, oh, I'm sorry, that was my Coastal Scents flat brush. And then I'm going to take my, not my MAC. My MAC is not my favorite brush anymore. It used to be. My Sigma Blending E25. And let's see, I just want something very, very, very hardly there. So I'm going to try to take this gray. Oh, that was just the applicator brush. Why do they put those in? Do you find that they help you at all? I don't even, I throw them away. I don't use those little applicator brushes because they're foam and I just don't like them. For me anyways, that's just my thoughts. I'm just going to do a really light makeup here. And then I'll do my brow bone. I'm going to try this white down here. Let's see what that looks like. Just to kind of define my eyebrows. You know, this palette's not too pigmented. I guess because I'm so used to using no, it's not even that's not even fair to say, because I've used some eyeshadows before that from like the drugstore that have been really good, but this palette doesn't seem to be very pigmented. So okay, now I'm going to take my e.l.f. Expert Liner Waterproof and I'm going to line my eyes. Look, I said I wasn't going to do this and I'm doing it. Okay, so there's one eye. Let me do the other one. And there's the other eye. One eye's a little thicker than the other. Okay. And this one. So there is that. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my, I guess I can use my roller lash today. The one thing about this eyeliner is, please, when you apply it, and if you apply it thick, let it dry, or you are going to have smudges all over your eye. And nobody likes a smudgy eye. I hate when I put on my mascara and my mouth is open. I need to be conscious about closing it. I can't help it though, it just opens. So there's one. I am not going to put mascara on the bottom parts of my eyelashes, just because I read something that said that women that are mature should try to stay away from, there it goes, should try to stay away from putting mascara on their bottom lashes because it drags the eye down, and what you want to do is you want to lift the eye up. So I am not putting, if you notice, I didn't do it yesterday either. I'm always hearing something or reading something, and if it makes sense to me, hey, I'm gonna do it. So that, let's see. So I did get another natural e.l.f. lip liner. I forgot I did it in my haul, so I'm going to put that on. It sounds like someone is outside mowing their yard in this weather. And while my yard does need mowed, and I actually do take care of my yards, I'm the one that does it. Nobody else does but me. I don't think I want to be out there in this kind of weather. I don't want that one. Let's try this one. I'm going to take, these are new. They're the Color Sensational Maybelline True Nudes in Truffle Teas. And that's, they have, I think, three colors last time I looked. So that is the finished look with my Tarte Clay Foundation. Let's see if you can get a closer look. I have huge pores, I do tell you, and you can see them a tiny bit. That's because I got highlighter on them, and normally I try not to do that, but they look good. I mean, I am pretty happy with everything. I have a few forehead wrinkles that are showing. So I'm not too sure if that is from the foundation or the powder, because, you know, powder can settle into your lines. That's what powder does, is it'll settle into your fine lines. So a lot of people say that for people that have fine lines not to use a powder, but I can't go, if I use a cream foundation, I have to use a powder over it, or I don't feel like my face is going to stay matte, like my face is going to get shiny, because the powder keeps my T-zone and the oil down. So I use a powder just all over my face so it all looks even, and that's just what I like to do. So I don't have any shoes on, but I can show you what I'm wearing today. It's just an easy type deal. let me scoot. Sorry, Tinkerbell. So I'm going to focus back on you. Oh, not forward, back. So I have my cami, I guess you would call this, a basic cami top in white from Maurice's, and this is in extra large. I have this shirt with the pretty chiffon on the bottom. It's a little big for me. The shirt runs a little big. I got it in extra large. It's a little too big, but that's okay. It's comfortable. And then the jeans are high-waisted jeans. Let me pull them up. And yes, you can see that I do wear a, I guess you call this, is it a girdle? It's full except for the boobs. It out, you know, it comes around the boobs. But I do wear these. I don't go anywhere without wearing one of these. And I just got these off of actually Walmart's website. I got one from Macy's. It was the same one that I got from Walmart, and it was twice as much. So I got these from Walmart. They're made in form, and they're called Flexies. And then my American Eagle jeans. Make sure I don't step on my puppy. These are my Destructed American Eagle jeans, and they're the high-waisted jean because I've always loved me a high-waisted jean. And I haven't got my shoes on, so that will come next because I need to get out of here and go do what I need to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're enjoying the foundation reviews that I'm doing. I have a whole drawer full of foundations, and it's like growing and growing and growing. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, please. I would love it if you subscribed. I got another subscriber, so now we are a family of 26 subscribers, and I thank God for all of my subscribers because you guys mean so much to me because I never thought I could do this. So thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow with another foundation review and maybe a couple other things. Bye. Okay, everybody, so I'm back. It is 6 o'clock in the evening, and my makeup has been on for 8 hours. So 8 hours, and this is what it looks like. A little shiny on the forehead, a little shiny around the cheeks. Now, I did not put a matte. This is not a matte foundation. So, I guess you can't really expect it. I don't know why I have this here. You can't really expect it to be matte. And the powder's not matte either. It's not meant to be matte. So, this is 8 hours, and mind you, it is hot outside, and I've been running around all day. But my eyeliner stayed on good. So, e.l.f. eyeliner. Eee! My lipstick is still on. Now it looks a little run down, I know. But I haven't touched it up. It's still the way it was. So, e.l.f. lip liner and natural. Eee! And for me, for some, this could, this would be good for some, but for me, I'm not into shiny. If you can see all the wrinkles under my eyes. I don't quite know if it was a combination of the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer with the Matte Rimmel Stay Matte powder that made those lines go away all day. The lines on my forehead don't look that bad, but you can not see them too much in the mirror, but see them more in the camera. So that is, I just wanted to follow up with you. I should have followed up on the Mally. The Mally didn't look as good as this. It was a lot shinier, and my pores were really showing. My pores aren't too bad. So my pores were showing a lot more with the Mally. And that's it. I just wanted to show you that my makeup is still on. It has not melted off from the heat. I have been running around all day in the heat, and it's like this. So please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.